I'm Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. So, this week it's going to be another story about my good old dad. And a little thing about his personality. My dad, admittingly, is petty. I love my dad, but like I said, he admits that he's petty. He admits that if he feels you've wronged him, or that you owe him, and you disagree, he's going to go get his. Now, I will give him this. Usually, it's just little stuff. Like, he never got back at somebody for doing something big by, beating them up or taking a bunch of their money or something. But it's like little things. For example, one of my cousins, they were hanging out one day. They were hungry. They stopped at an Arby's, which I wouldn't stop at even if I was hungry. And my cousin didn't have any money, so my dad treated him. Later, my dad felt that my cousin owed him. So what my dad did was he went through my cousin's stuff, found a collector's knife that my cousin had, and took it. Not only took it, but superglued some Navy stuff on it as a way to personalize it. When my cousin saw this, of course he got mad. What the heck? That was a collector's item. And my dad's response? Hey, you owed me. So now we're even. Owed you for what? Remember who treated you to Arby's a couple weeks ago? And then the other day, I wanted to go to McDonald's. I know you had money, and you still said no. Now, already pretty much knowing the answer to this, I asked my cousin, did he at all at any point say when he was buying you lunch that next time it's on you? No, he didn't. But apparently a couple beef and cheddars was worth ruining my knife. I wonder if he had known that my dad was going to take his knife as payment if he would have asked to go somewhere good. But it wasn't just people. Businesses he would get petty at. I got a couple of stories about those, but one in particular that sticks in my mind. One day, I was 13, 14 years old, came home, went to our garage, and inside our garage was a stack of milk crates. A stack, as in several. A bunch of milk crates. And they clearly weren't ones that he bought, like the ones they sell at a store. You can buy them brand new and use them for stuff. No, they were clearly used milk crates. Some of them had brand names on them. So, of course, I go inside and I ask my dad, hey, Dad, why are there milk crates in our garage? I took them from the store. Like the grocery store? Yeah. They owed me. They refused to give me what they owed me. So I went around the back of their store, and I filled up the back of our van with their milk crates. Why? I just told you. They owed me. No, I get you think they owed you, but... Couple of questions. First, why did they owe you? That shredded cheese I bought like a week ago? Let me clarify something. He said a week ago. It had actually been like 2 or 3 weeks. They refused to return it. Now, to fill you in on why they wouldn't return it. One, he did not have a receipt. He just told them that he bought it the day before. And they didn't believe him. Mostly because it was one of those big bags of shredded cheese, like the 3 or 5 pound bags, whatever they come in. It wasn't one of the little ones that hangs on the hook. It was one of the ones that's like down there underneath. And it was more than half used. So I agree, it probably should have lasted a little bit longer than it did, but it didn't. It got moldy and gross. And he wanted to return a half-used, moldy bag of cheese with no receipt, just a claim that he had bought it the day before, used half of it the day before, which I'm going to say if you use that much cheese in one day, what you probably want to do is exchange it for stool softeners or something. But they did not believe him. They said, if you don't have a receipt, we're not doing the return. So because of this to him justified him going around back and filling up the back of our minivan with a bunch of milk crates. Which at 13 and 14, I did not get how messed up that was. But now I get it because working for places where we obviously use milk crates and stuff, here's how it actually works. The company that sent whatever product in those milk crates, whether it was sodas or milk or whatever have you, they send them there for you to use but give back. Like, you empty them, you stack them, they come in, bring you some more milk or whatever's in there, take the empty ones and recycle them. They keep track, and if they don't get them all back, like one broke or got lost, or in this case stolen, they charge the company for those. And I don't know how much those cost, but I guarantee you that huge stack we had in our garage was way more expensive than a bag of shredded cheese.
Hey, they should have remembered that I'm the customer. I'm right, even when I'm wrong.
So full of crap. Especially from my dad, who was a general manager of a restaurant. He knew dang well that the customer is not always right. Heck, at the time I hadn't had my first real job yet, and I knew that that was crap. But now to my second question. Okay, Dad. But that does raise another question. What are we going to do with all these milk crates? Are we getting a big freezer that we're going to store a bunch of milk in?
Oh, I can think of plenty of uses.
You wasn't lying about that. We did use them for a lot of stuff. Heck, I remember I had a couple that I was using for my VHS tapes all the way until I stopped buying VHS tapes when I was that old. Gonna give you one more example this week of his pettiness. Probably, in my opinion, the most petty one. Fast forward a few years. I'm 19 years old. I'm working at a grocery store. And the grocery store I worked at was about 6-7 blocks away from where I lived. It wasn't that far. It was walking distance. So, of course, I just walked to and from work. I got off work somewhere around 1 in the morning, walked home, got all the way home, sat down. And the moment I sat down, my dad comes around.
Hey, Davy, can you go back to the store and get me some candy?
I was taken back by that request. For many reasons. Number one, I literally had just walked through the door, sat down, after I'd been working all night. And some of you may be going like, wait, 1 o'clock in the morning, were they even still open? Yes, it was a 24-hour store. But I sat down, and that moment you're going to ask me to get up, walk all the way back there, all the way back home, and for candy. Like, a grown man just asked me to walk a round trip of 12 to 14 blocks, I wasn't sure exactly how far, for candy. Now, as flabbergasted as I was, the only thing that I could get out was, candy?
Yeah, candy. You know, Reasons, those little Snickers or Three Musketeers. You know what I like.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean what I said, no. I just got home. I'm exhausted. I've been working all night, and I walked all the way home, and you want me to walk there and back for candy?
I'd do it for you.
Okay, then go do it for yourself. You got 2 legs, they work. Go get yourself some candy.
I can't, Davy. I'm high.
Before some of you start judging my dad as a pothead. He is, but even back then, it was medicinal. My dad's got brain injuries. It's the only thing that helps with his migraines, which can lead to seizures that can kill him. Okay, well, Dad, I'm sorry you're high and you're craving candy of all things. But no, I am tired. I am not going to go walk all the way to work and back just for some candy. Find something else to munch on.
You walked all the way back there a couple of days ago for yourself.
Oh, you really want to go there? The situation my father was talking about. For a couple of weeks, my mother worked at a hospital, and she was going to be having to work overnight. So what she would do, because she was a loving mom, is she would get up, make dinner for everybody and for her to have something to take to work, and then go to work. A couple of nights before that, I came home. She had made dinner. My dad and my brother had already eaten. She'd packed hers up and left. And she left me some because I wasn't going to be home until later. And my dad ate my dinner because he had the munchies. And we really didn't have anything to eat except dinner. The only other things we had were stuff I wasn't going to make because that was for dinners in the next few days. So the only way for me to get something to eat was I had to walk all the way back to work, and I bought myself a frozen pizza.
And you didn't even share any.
I'm not making it up. He did say that. From there, my dad and I, we just kept going at it verbally until it basically got settled that, no, I am not going to get you some candy. Deal with it. A few days later, it's my night off, and my dad asks me to go get something out of his bathroom, which, whatever. I go in there and I see something that upsets me. A few years before, I've told you guys I am a Christian. I had become a Christian. At one point, while being a Christian teenager, I was a part of a youth group. We went to a camp. It was fun because I didn't have to actually camp. I had a cabin. And one of the things they gave everybody as a souvenir was a little sports bottle for the summer camp, which was nice, fun, a little souvenir. When I went to go get what my dad asked for, I found that sports bottle now cut up and turned into a bong. I grabbed it, I picked it up, I walked out to my dad and went, "What is this?"
Hey, I needed something to smoke with.
First of all, I don't understand what it is about people who smoke pot that they can't ever have enough stuff to smoke with. I don't smoke pot myself, but I've known plenty of them. Why do they need so much stuff? They always have to make all these different bongs, have all these different pipes, still go out and buy papers. Why do you need so many different things to smoke with? But even still, after pointing out that he had plenty of stuff to smoke with, I had to ask, okay, but of all the things you could have used to make a bong, you used my Bible camp bottle?
Okay, I didn't know it was from a Bible camp.
The words Bible camp are still on it. And even if you didn't know that it was from a Bible camp, you did know it was mine. You knew it wasn't yours.
Well, maybe next time you'll get off your lazy ass and get me some candy.
Yeah, he really said that. And no, I didn't live there with him much longer. It wasn't over that situation, but stuff like that. I moved out a few months later. But these are only a few examples of how petty he can get. So the moral of this, if you ever meet my dad, be careful, because even if you are unaware that you crossed him or you owe him, he's going to get you back. So there you have it. That's my story video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. If you know anybody this petty, let's hear some stories. Love you guys.